What's going on, Omnibuddies? Today we are looking at one of my recent reads and most favorite books I've read recently. We are looking at Volume 2 of Canto. Alright, so Canto comes to us from creators David Booher and Drew Zucker as the artist, Zucker, and Booher as the writer. So I got these books, thank you Dark Horse for hooking me up with them, and I absolutely tore through them, loved them, and you know what? These are some of the small, here I got the other book here too actually, but we have volumes 1 and 2 actually of the making, as of the filming of this video is a Wednesday evening, which means it's New Comic Book Day today, and volume 3 actually just dropped today. Well, my volume 3 and 4, a little bit early, is on the way in the mail, so I'm gonna be able to read those very shortly, very soon. Very excited about that because you know what? These stories, I have been waiting to read these stories for years. I heard about them a long time ago and I heard great praise about them, but you know, I was like, okay, if they're that good, I saw the art, I had a very high level understanding of the story, and I was like, okay, if it's really that good, it's gonna get collected eventually one day. And you know what? I wasn't wrong. Dark Horse came through and they are pushing these books out super fast, which is really cool. Usually you have to wait like months and months between like individual volumes, and you know, years after the single issues come out, which is what happened in this case. But usually you have to wait like 3, 4, 5, 6 months between volumes, and volume 1 and 2 dropped within it was within a month. For sure. I think it was within a couple weeks, and volume 3 has come out now like a couple months later at the most, and volume 4 is on its way very soon too, which is absolutely crazy how fast they've been pumping them out. And you know what? They are just nearing the final arc on volume 5, which is super cool. So there's a ton going on with these, and you know what? I'm done talking about it like this. Let's take a closer look. This is Canto, Volume 2, The Hollow Men, written by David Booher and art by Drew Zucker. This is published by Dark Horse Comics and retails for $29.99 USD. And of course, you can get it all over the place, and especially organic price books, using my code Omnibuddy, get $2 off, or if you're going to order. So Volume 2 picks up right after Volume 1, If I Only Had a Heart ends, and it really continues the tale of Canto and his entire Clockwork Knight race as they continue their journey all over the world, all over this kingdom, and exploring these lands and finding out who they are. The first issue really serves to establish that Canto and his group around him of friends and his pet monster thing are all really growing as a team, as friends, and really becoming individuals themselves, because the first volume really drives home how they are not allowed to have names and they are not to be individuals as their slave race. You're immediately dropped into this adventure with Canto and his friends as he discovers these fairies who are kind of grotesque looking, but nonetheless Canto feels bad for them and has that empathy that he is so well known for, and he has to do something, including fighting monsters who are bigger, stronger, possibly smarter, and you know what, more well equipped than he tends to be. But Canto has something not many others have, is a lot of heart. Ironically, he doesn't have a heart, he's just got a clock where his heart should be. Anyways, he goes about his day freeing people, going on exploring, and as it happens, things happen. They get into scuffles, they get into mix-ups, they find new adventures, and really they start to experience danger and loss, really truly for the first time since they were actually slaves in Volume 1, with the loss of a friend. I won't say who. This loss, or potential loss, really pushes Canto to begin a new journey to figure out how to save his friend, and this is where he runs into the Hollow Men. And along the way of, finding this village that's seemingly abandoned, but not so much, approach. Maybe cursed is the better word. He runs into old friends, meets new friends, and really has to grow as an individual, as a fighter, as a knight, and you know what, just as a person all around, as he has to attempt to go on this adventure to save his dying friend in hopes that he can make it back in time. Man, there's a lot of time references in these books, but it makes a lot of sense because they are the Clockwork Knights. So not only do the protagonists grow in this book, but they actually grow a lot of the depth of the antagonists in these books too. And I do have to say that the art is absolutely fantastic. Drew Zucker's art continues just to astound the types of details and emotions that he puts into all of the characters' faces. I am continually blown away by how well he is able to convey emotion with these Clockwork Knights when their entire face is covered by a giant helmet, but he is able to have the eyes convey such deep emotion at all times. It is brilliant work. I absolutely love it. I also have to say that the paneling layout in this it's nothing crazy or extravagant, but it does convey the pacing really well, and it holds up so well. You're never lost on the page. You're never at a loss for where to go or what's going on. You're able to navigate through these pages very easily without it becoming a distraction. The art is still front and center, and it definitely still supports the story. Vittorio Astone, his colors are absolutely fantastic. Just beautiful work, and world designs, letters, great. Philip Sevi, he does some other work on the inks too. Everyone just does phenomenal work in this. I am personally so excited to get volumes 3 and 4 of this book and the eventual volume 5, but as of now, 3 is just about to come out and I am going to be diving into it so quickly. For extras in this book, you do have a lot of character design sketch work of Canto and his friends and foes, along with some environments. And then they do also have a cover art gallery of most of the single issues that this book is comprised of. All right, so I really hope that you enjoyed those closer looks. Frankly, they take a long time to produce, and I really hope that they give you a great overview and a really good look at what these books will give you, and ideally not really showing much for spoilers or anything like that. If you did miss my overview of Volume 1, If I Only Had a Heart, make sure to go back, check out that video, especially if you watched this one and now you're way more curious about this series. Like I said earlier, Volume 3 and 4 are on their way, so you can definitely expect some overviews of those volumes, so then you can go through and get an overview of the entire series without much spoilerage or anything like that, because I am very anti-spoiler. So in most of my overviews or anything like that, I'm never going to be giving major plot points away, ideally. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I absolutely love the art in these books. Like Drew's art is just phenomenal, and it fits the story so well. Booher's story is just so good, and there's so much heart to these characters, and they do so many cool things, and the whole world is just growing exponentially by volume. So I am so excited to see what Volume 3 and 4 have in store, because every volume continues to add to this entire world, all the lore, the backstory, all of that. It is so cool, and it's so well told how they mirror the legend and then the reality of what has happened and actually takes place. It's so cool. I haven't really come across a storytelling device quite like this before, so it's super interesting and super fun to follow along, and really I'm never left confused or anything like that, which is super nice. And I'm never left wow, they didn't wrap up any of these threads, and the threads that they do leave unwrapped and not fully closed up lead right into the next volume. So I have full expectations that it's going to continue on in a super cool way. But yeah, I love this universe. It's so cool, making the plays off of like Wizard of Oz and these Knight's Tales and all of these other things, but packaging it in these little like clockwork, mechanical, humanish, like tiny like packages of people, knights. It is such a cool way of doing it, man. I'm just gushing on it, but it's like Wizard of Oz meets steampunk in the world of Willow. I freaking love it. It is so fun. And you know what? My daughter, who is 10 years old, has read both of these volumes. She was a little confused in volume 2. I want to bring her on and do some overviews too and talk about the whole series. Maybe once the whole series is kind of wrapped up, we'll do that. But she is really liking it, wants to reread, because she's like, I missed something. I was a little confused. But you know what? She just tears through comics in like they're nothing. So I'm excited for her and how much she's loved these stories. So if you are looking for a great book for young readers, you found it with Canto. It's got great heart, great characters. It's not like super scary or freaky. Definitely has like some like creepy vibes and things like that here and there, but for, you know, those young tween readers, definitely something that most of them will be able to handle and probably really enjoy. So if you are looking for those all ages books and you're looking for some fun adventure for yourself, definitely check these out. All right, I'll quit blathering. If you liked this video, if you like these overviews, if you like the style and how I do my stuff, definitely check out the rest of my channel. You can hit me up on all the social medias all over the place. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified whenever a new video drops, all of that stuff. And if you want to pick up these books, you can hit up Organic Price Books, use code Omnibuddy. You can support this channel, get some discounts on your books too. So do that. And that's it. All right, take care, stay cool.